Hello, beautiful beings of light. Hello, goddesses. Hello, brothers and sisters. Hello, 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 everyone. It is with such joy to be here with you guys this week, today, and just being in the energy of magic. See, October is one of my favorite months, and it's the energy of it. Like from October going, something like switches. The energy itself switches. And even though the energy is like diving, it's like pulling us to go deep within our womb space, just as nature is pulling its energy to go into that dark space of sleeping, right? Or hibernation. We're doing the same thing. But even though that is occurring, there's great magic in the air around this month. And so since this whole month is the theme of magic, like I am like just ecstatic because you say magic and I'm there. Okay. Magic flows in my veins. Magic is who I am. I get it. I know what magic is. Here's the thing, my loves. And after I talk about this, I'll talk about why I really wanted to come in here, because I want to share with you guys something that would really help you grasp or embrace the magic that is within your life. Magic is not supposed to be complicated, and magic is not something that you go out there to achieve. Magic is something that we were created with already. It is already within us. The fact that our heart pumps every single second in the day, like to keep us going, keep our bodies warm and fresh and vibrant. That is magic. The fact that we get to breathe in air that just revitalizes us and help us to move and get fresh ideas and feel good within our bodies. That is magic. The fact that we have legs that allows us to move from one place to another. That is magic. The fact that I'm able to move my tongue and use the vibration within my throat to speak to you, to channel words to you. That is magic. Magic is everything. Magic is everything. If you look outside your window right now and you see I am holding my beautiful magical pen, which I made myself. I love peacocks. Peacocks are my magical animals, one of them. But when you look outside your window right now and you see the leaves changing, that is magic. If it is not magic, then what else is it? Everything around you, everything within you is magic. You simply need to open your eyes to see. Open your eyes to see. And when I say open your eyes, I'm not just talking about these. I'm also talking about right here, your spiritual eye. You need to open all your eyes to see the magic that is already within you and all around you. It is effortless. It is our birthright. It is who we are. This magic, this vibrant fire, this is like fiery, but at the same time it's that divine feminine power combined with the divine masculine power. The fire, the elements of fire and water embraced in earth and air. Magic. When I say magic, that's what I mean. Life is magic. Our physicality is magic. I want you to really embrace that. So what I wanted to share with you, as you guys know, a lot has changed in my life. Major initiation, major transformation. And it all started with my birthday, right? So my birthday was September 14th. And the day before my birthday, my part-time job, they decided to let me go because they're redoing the office. And I was like, all right, that's the day before my birthday. All right, that's big transformation there. What else is coming? But on the spot, they offered me something better. And so it's like the old was gone and then something better came in. Right after that was preparing for my wedding. So I had a whole week or a week and a half or so to just prepare, really sit in that energy of preparation for my divine union with my beloved twin flame. And, I just being in that mind state of, you know what, this is exactly what needed to happen to prepare me for this union so I can take it all in and not rush through it and remember every single part of this sacred union, this journey, this transformation. I just embraced it and I sat in it and I just soaked in all that energy. And I allowed the transformation to happen within myself. And I also saw it happen in the outside, in my outside world. And so I'm not only talking about like spiritual transformation, but also body-wise transformation. And then even my life, my physical life transformation, even looking at, where my living space, everything is completely different. Everything is completely different. We literally hauled out the old and the new flowed in. Like it was big magic. Again, being supported by the magic of this month, I knew it was going to be big. The power of your words and the power of your desires. When you have such magic, when you realize the magic that you hold and the magic that is constantly almost like cocooning around you, hoping that you would tap into it and use it. When you realize this magic, you can create whatever you want. You can create whatever it is that you desire. You can envision it and you can ask for it. Here's the thing. I love talking to myself. When I'm talking to myself, it's usually talking to my other dimensional selves, my higher self, the ascended masters. I'm talking to the divine. I'm always talking to a higher being. So even though I'm saying I'm talking to myself, it's my highly master Christ self that I'm talking to, right? To get clarity, to get guidance, right? But the power of words is something about saying what you want and feeling it within your body. It amplifies the magic of whatever it is that you're saying, whether good or bad. It doesn't matter if it is good or bad. That's why you have to be careful what you're saying, right? And what else amplifies that power are your emotions. That's why it's very important for you to feel it. Even if you don't believe it, when you say something that is true to you, you feel it literally sink into your body and take a seat in your body. If that makes any sense. So if you guys watch this later, anyone who watches this later, I would love to see if you've experienced that before. Have you ever spoken something, a word or a truth that vibrated true to you, to your core, and you can literally feel that the sentence or the word sink into your body, and you're like, yeah, that's my truth. That's my truth. If you've experienced that before, I would love to hear your comments, okay? Words are powerful. When it comes to manifestation, your words are your key. Okay, your words are your key to the magic of manifestation. So I'm going to share mine. So everything that has transpired in especially lately, and trust me, this is, I feel like this was like we all go through initiations, right? Big initiations. You can see it as graduations, life graduations. And this for me was like a big one, a big step that I need, like just a big boost, like taking a seat on my throne. I am here now. I am here now. This is who I am. I am here now, right? I was looking at everything that I had written down. I love to write. I love to journal. Again, words just used in a different way. I can speak it. I can write it down. Both ways work very well for me. I would love to hear which one works for you too. Do you love to journal? Do you use words? Like, do you speak it out? Do you sing it out using sound? Oh my goodness. Yeah. But I was looking at everything, all my intentions that I've written down, especially like every new year, I have intentions that I write down, wishes that I write down, especially also on my birthday too, because those are my power months. So I write down my wishes and my intentions too. And as I am reviewing all of that, I began to realize that everything I've ever asked from the divine, everything that I've ever spoke out and written down has come to pass. At this point, everything that I've ever wanted is here now. I am living that life now. Everything. And that just filled me, like even talking about it, it's like that overflow within my heart, the overflow of gratitude for the divine having my back, listening to me, working with me, co-creating my life with me, always being there for me, even those times that I want to give up. Right? Your words are powerful. I always, especially all my clients, I tell them to write what they want down. Write it down. I don't care if you believe it or not. Here's the thing. You want it. There's that inner desire, that inner pull that is like, I want this regardless. This is what I'm supposed to have. This is what I'm supposed to experience on this planet. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I'm supposed to express. Whatever that is, you feel it within yourself. Write it down. Speak it out loud. It's very powerful. Here's the thing. Most people give up because when they write it down, they put a timeline on it. And then when it doesn't happen, they get discouraged. You're like, well, maybe I'm not deserving. It's not going to happen. What was I thinking? Blah, blah, blah. That whole thing. We all go through it. Trust me, I do. I write all this down and I still get to a point in my life where I'm like, it didn't work. I don't know why it didn't work. This person, it worked for them. It's not working for me. Maybe I'm not supposed. We all go through. That's part of the human experience. We have that mind always coming up with things, scenarios. Like, what if it was that? What if it is okay? You need to just simply know that it is okay for you to have those thoughts, have those doubts. It is okay. Simply acknowledge them and continue. Here's the thing. When you write your words down, when you write your wishes down, when you write your desires down, you're making it so. When you grab that pen with the ink and you write it on that paper, it's like stamping. You're saying it is so. When you write it down, you're pulling it from that mental realm, from that etheric realm, and you're pulling it into your physicality. When you put it on the paper and you can see the words, that's physicality. It is here now. That's the power of it. Even if you do not believe it right now, write it down, because at that part, when you're writing it down, you do feel it, that it is the truth, that you do deserve it. And then after you write it down, you give it over to the higher power. Okay? Whatever higher power that you believe in, it can be God, it can be the divine, the goddess. Doesn't matter, because you know what? All that energy is just one energy. One powerful, amazing energy holding space for all of us. But you have to give it to that divine being, the master of all that is, the creator of all that is, and be like, you know what? This is what I want. I have no idea how it's going to happen. No idea. But I know with you by my side, nothing is impossible. Here's the thing. I always dreamt of my wedding day. And I always saw it being a big wedding. And my dress, just beautiful, beautiful dress. And I was happy, and it was such a magical day, But I didn't know how, because weddings are expensive. And so at some point, I think it was beginning of this year, or maybe it was late last year, I did set the intent, what would it take for all the wedding to be paid for with ease and grace and serenity, easily and effortlessly. I'm going to tell you this. Everything was paid for. And do you know how it was paid for? Family, love. Love paid for that. Love paid for that. We brought in a tribe that brought in so much love, that was their way of honoring love. You set the intention and you give it over to the divine power, and it will happen in a way that benefits all, right? Our wedding was a celebration of love, was bringing together of families and everyone that we love in one place and celebrating the crap out of love. Everything was to honor love. And that's exactly what I dreamt, what I wrote down. That's exactly what happened, and so much more. That's the thing. When you write your dream down, know that the divine knows more than you do. And sometimes we only see a portion of our dreams or our visions. But know this, that your vision is much bigger than you're seeing right now. And allow that space for it to grow. So when I write my wish down or when I write my intention down, I ask the divine, you know what? Or, it's not even just my divine, it's like I call my spiritual team, or you can hear me say my archangelic posse or my angelic posse. It's my team, a team of angels, archangels, ascended masters, guides and guardians, and the divine mother and divine father, all in my team. And I say this to them, you know what? I am asking you to bring this into my life, but to tell you the truth, I don't even know what I want. I don't know what I want, but I know you do. You know what's in my heart. And I might not even find the right word to say what I want, but I know you do. So I am open to receiving whatever it is for my highest good. I am open to receiving this or something greater. I open it up. That way, whatever it is they want to bring me, I am not limited to what I wrote down, because I know there's so much potential. What I'm writing down is only what my human self can grab hold on, right? That's just a little bit of what my human self can grab hold on and just kind of communicate it. I know there's so much more to that, and I allow space for that expansion to happen. And that's key when you're asking for something to come into your life, or to experience something, or to transform something. That is key. Like I'm giving you the keys to manifestation in a way. It's writing it down, like putting a stamp for it, taking it out of the mental mind and bringing it into the physical realm by writing it down with ink and paper, right? The next one is surrendering it up to the divine. Surrendering it up to the divine power, to your angels, to your archangels, to your God. Just surrender it. And then also allowing space for expansion. Know that your guides know more than you do. They see way more than you can. And if there's something greater than what you're asking, or maybe you're not even writing the right words, they know it. And they will bring you exactly what it is in alignment with you. They know what's in your heart. They know exactly what you're asking for. And that's exactly what you will get. But you allow that expansion. You allow that space to come in, that breathing space, divine breathing space to come in, so that they can truly work their magic for you. Removing that rigidness from manifestation, right? We don't need that, because that actually creates blocks in your manifestation when you try to control the timing, when you try to control... Hold on real quick. Let's see here. Let me grab my charger real quick. Hold on. Apparently I had much more to say. Well, not me, the divine. So let's plug this in. There we go. We're good. Okay. So yes, when you allow space for expansion, then, the divine can truly come and work that magic. When you when you surrender, you surrender it, you remove the rigidity, you remove the control, you trying to make things happen. This is a co-creation. This is not just you creating. You co-create your life with the divine, with your own divine posse, with your own divine crew or spiritual crew. You co-create. It's not just you, and you have to allow that space. The moment you bring in that control, like it has to be this, it has to look this way, it has to be at this time, you create blocks within your own path, which makes the manifestation process takes longer than it should. I also wanted to touch on this. There are times that you will ask for something from the divine, and, like I was saying, it doesn't happen. And you're like, you know what? It's not going to happen. I give up. I'm done. I'm not worthy of it. Of course, the mind kicks in, self-doubt kicks in, all of that stuff kicks in, It is okay. But here's the thing. Sometimes we ask for something from the divine. And just like I was saying, that our divine, our spiritual team knows what we truly want, even if we're not sure how to express it, or we're not using the right words, or like they know it. And so sometimes we write something down and then it never happens. And you're like, okay, where was that? Where's my money? Where's my beloved? Where's my, where's my this? Where's my that? There's some things that come into play. Sometimes what you're asking for, depending on how big it is, sometimes the divine has to prepare you for that blessing. You understand that? Sometimes the divine has to prepare you first for that blessing. The other part is that also, depending on how big it is, sometimes the divine has to prepare everyone around you for that blessing. So it's not just you. You have to be prepared to receive it in fullness and really truly enjoy it. Everyone around you, the divine has to make sure that you're surrounded with the right supportive group, so that when you receive it, not only are you enjoying in that, but you're also in that support, right? You're fully supported to really enjoy it and share it with others. Do you see that? So there's a blessing. There's a blessing when you do not receive what you're asking for. This is what I do. When I write an intention down, and it doesn't happen. And I did this not that long ago, actually. I went through last year's intentions, what I wrote the beginning of 2016, so January 2016, New Year intentions. And I was highlighting all the stuff that has already passed and check marking, yeah, it's come to pass. And there were a couple of them that I was like, oh, I guess this didn't work. And I heard a voice say, well, I guess it's time for upgrade. It is time for upgrade. And so I went through each intention, the ones that did not come true. And I was like, oh, no wonder it didn't come to pass. That's not what I wanted. But at the time, that was the best way for me to express it on paper. That's the words I could use. That's the limit to the words I had to write it down. But now with my expanded, where I am right now, I could see that that's definitely, I'm glad that didn't happen, because that's not what I wanted, So here's the thing. It is okay if those intentions do not come to pass. Now, instead of you saying, forget about it, I give up, I'm letting it go, I want you to go back to those intentions and wishes that you wrote down that never came to pass. And I want you to give it at least a year, okay? Give it at least a year, because the work that goes in making sure that whatever it is you're asking for comes to you in such a beautiful, magical way. Trust me, it's worth it. So give your wishes and intentions at least a year. So that's why I love reviewing it like every year, like every year I go through it. If a wish or an intention doesn't come to pass like you asked for, I want you to reread it a year later. Okay, so this is when you would be doing the review. Reread it and see why that might have not come true. You will notice that the words don't vibrate with you anymore. You will notice that maybe you weren't even able to put really what you wanted down. Like maybe you heard someone say that's what they wanted. You're like, oh, I want that too. And you wrote that down. It wasn't even yours to write down. It wasn't even in your vibration. Whatever the reason is, I want you to read through it and then revamp it. Okay, when you read through it, like, okay, I wanted this, but now I wanted this plus that, and I want it to look this way, and I want it to come in this way, and I want to feel this way. You can really revamp it. So instead of you ripping it apart and like, oh, whatever, it's not gonna, I give up on it. I want you to take it and be like, oh, okay, it didn't come true. That means it wasn't in my vibration. I didn't write the right words down. There's something about it that wasn't in line with who I am. And so, okay, what is it? And then start to rewrite it. It is okay to rewrite it. It's okay to rewrite it. And other times you read it and you be like, nope, this is not for me. Cross it out. Let it go. Discard. Renew. Don't be afraid to discard things that are not in vibration with you anymore. It is absolutely okay to do that. That was a lot, right? I didn't know I was going to be talking about manifestations and basically how to manifest in a powerful way. But also, life is magical. We are magical beings, and we forget when we get mixed up in the denseness of this reality of this earth. We forget that all the time. And here's the thing, it's okay. It's okay. We're all human. I go through that. I have my own days where I'm like, you know what? I don't want to deal with anybody. I'm going to close my door and I just want to be at my place alone, watching stupid movies, right? We all have times where it's just like, I give up. I don't know what else to do. I can't even tell you, like, there's so many times that I've broken down, like the raw conversations with me and my divine posse, with the divine, with the creator of all that is, on my knees, crying, being angry, like, because I was just tired. And I reached a point where I just like, it's either something switches or changes or I give up. I have been there so many times. We all go through those times. Those, I call them doorways because they are powerful times in our life that if you realize what is going on, if you realize that it is okay for you to break down sometimes so that you can rebuild back again, that is powerful. Your life doesn't go back to what it was. If you pay attention, you notice from that day forward, something shifts within you, something shifts within your life. Sometimes we get tested to see if we're really worthy of what we're asking for, to see if we're willing to work hard for what we're asking for, or just work for what we're asking for, or if we're really ready for what we're asking for. We get little tests in the way. Those are not the times for you to give up. Be real. Be authentic. I journal. If there's any Virgos in the house, Nisha, I see you on there. I know you know what I'm talking about. I journal. I write everything down. And when shit hits the fan, I get real with the divine. Because who else would I get real with? Who else would I? Who else would understand me? Who else has the power to break down blocks? Who else has the power to create massive changes in my life? The divine does. And so I get real and I get raw and I talk to the divine. And I ask the divine, I just put everything on the plate. This is what's going on. I am tired of this. Here, I'm going to give you an example. So I think it was probably a month before my 30th birthday. Now, mind you, I've been preparing, like taking classes. I was in a mystery school. So, it's life classes. It's not like a class you go in and you take, an exam and you pass and you move forward. These are life classes. So I had been doing the work to prepare myself for my beloved. I knew that I was a twin flame. I knew my twin flame was with me, energetically, and we were going to meet. And then at the age of 30, I had done everything. And I was like, you know what? I feel him. He's right here, but I can't see him. And I don't know what else to do. And so I remember that night just broken down in tears again in my bed, just crying and just talking to the divine, just talking. Did you guys watch Eat, Pray, and Love? The part where she was on the bathroom floor crying and talking to God. It's kind of like the same way, And I was just crying. I was like, you know what? God, I want to meet my beloved. And you know what? I want to meet him before my 30th birthday because I have done everything you asked me to do. I've prepared myself in ways that you've asked me, you've showed me to do it. And I don't know what else to do. I believe that I am ready and I want to meet him before my 30th. Actually, I want to see him. I want him to be sitting next to me when I'm celebrating my 30th birthday. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. My 30th birthday, sitting in a restaurant surrounded by everyone I love, he sat on my right side. He was right there, right? It doesn't always happen that way because sometimes we have to go through that process. And I had been going through it, working on that like a long time. But you have to be patient with the process. You have to be patient with the divine and know that they have the best interest in mind for you. Like everything that your divine team and the divine has in store for you, you can't even imagine. And it's so easy for us to see the magic that is about to unfold for other people. But when it comes to our own self, we forget, or we just can't see it because it's just too close to us. We're like, yeah, wait, where? I can't see it, right? But when someone else comes to us and be like, hey, this is where I am. I don't know how to change something. And you're like, oh, let me tell you. And let me show you how to break those walls. It's so much easier to do that, you know. But when we are here, remember, you don't have to be this way. Know that there's a greater team around you that is seeing everything all the time, all the greatness, who you are, your highest potential, constantly holding that space for you. If only you know how to, if only you tap it or call them. I don't even want to say tap in. It's like, if only you acknowledge their presence within your life, their continuous, ongoing presence within your life. That's all you need to do. You wake up in the morning, you're like, hey, what's up, Divine Posse? Woo, what's up? What do you have in store for me today? You know, I kind of want to experience this today, but I have no idea what I'm asking for. But I know you do, so you guys can hook me up, you know, so I can feel good. That's all you got to do. Be real. Be real when you're working with them, when you're talking with the divine. It's very interesting, the initiation. There's like so much pouring in right now. So since I'm on here, I'm just going to let it come through, right? This is the divine talking to you guys. But with this initiation, so moving from one stage of my life, which is the maiden, and now, you know, coming into the mother, right? The mother stage, which is like the beginning of the mother archetype, the mother goddess stage. When you're in union with your beloved, the most potent creative face in your life, basically. The goddesses that we're coming to is like Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary. Both of them were working with me, and Goddess Isis. And I think I talked about this a little bit with the preparation, like the bride in the bridal chamber. I was in there for probably 3 months, and every time I went in there, these goddesses will come in there and prepare me spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, on all levels. But one thing I learned from Mary Magdalene especially is the initiation of the feminine, the different stages that we go through and why we go through them, and how we forget that creative energy, that pulsating energy of the divine mothers, the different goddess archetypes that are constantly flowing through us. We cycle through that every single time, every month. As women, we do. You know, we go through the phases every single month. You know, just like the moon phases changes, that's the same way we change. This energy pulses through us. If only we learn to connect to that and use that to support ourselves, to support our life, our dreams, our desires, and call on these powerful vibration, powerful divine sentient beings to hold space for us, to help us to create exactly what we want. It's a power of choice here. What do you choose? You know, you got to choose, like, you know what? I am choosing to call in my guides to step in. I am choosing to call in the divine to step in and help me create this, because I know I can't do it by myself. I'm choosing to call in the help that I need, the support that I need. I'm choosing. Choose. Powerful. Choose to see more than what these eyes can see. Choose to feel more than the physical body can feel. Choose to hear more than these physical ears can hear. There's so much to you. There's so much to you if only you allow yourself to open up to your potential. You know, there's no limit on potential. There's no limit. I always, when my guides are showing me what potential is, they show me like the dark space in the galaxy with the stars, and, you know, like all the different colors swirling in there. That is potential. There's no limit to it. There's no beginning or end. You can tap into this energy. That's what we have. That's what we're born with. That's our birthright. You know, that is our magic. That is what we call magic. Potential, power, awareness, consciousness, connectivity, love. That is all magic. That is all magic. Magic is not a theory. Magic is not something that is woo-woo. Magic is real as you want it to be. As real as you want it to be. Life is magic. everything about you, your human body, your mind, everything is magic. So much love to you, my beloveds. Let me know if you have any questions at all. I want to thank Emelina and Janice. Thank you guys for starting or sharing your gifts with us and sharing your messages with us. There's going to be more speakers coming out to share their gifts with you and share their channeled messages with you. I'm so excited to see the topics that are coming. So if you can't make it, totally fine. Remember, these are all Facebook Lives right here in our group, so you can always come back, look for it, and rewatch it. So don't even get stressed about, oh my gosh, I have to be there. No. Okay, if you can't be there, don't stress. The replay will be there. The power is still in there. You will still feel the healing. You'll feel the transformation. Whatever you need to get from it, you will still get from it. Whether you are live on the thing or you watch it like 2 weeks later, it's still there. Magic, right? So much love to you guys. So much love to you guys. And I am looking forward to whenever the next time that the divine wants me to just outpour channel for you guys again. But so much blessings to you. Cosmic radiance and divine love coming at you. Have a good evening, my loves.